Good afternoon. I have something today that's a little bit more difficult than things I've done in the past. The only reason it's more difficult is because there was no instructions and no way of figuring out how to install these engine protectors on this Kawasaki 900. I searched, I Googled it, I looked at YouTube. We emailed the manufacturer, and they said, unfortunately, they're just the manufacturer. They have no idea how they go on. They don't have a bike there, and so they can't give us any information about it. Fortunately, I found one picture, and it wasn't these exact ones, but they were shaped like this, and it showed where they go. With 6 bolts, 6 spacers, and 2 of these in the pack. So that was the information I had to figure out where these go. Finally, with the picture, figured out it's gonna go like this. And so this long spacer will go on the bottom, and the short spacer will go on this top one, and the one with the hat will go in where this motor mount goes. And then this one is just gonna hang out there and flapping in the wind. So let me grab some wrenches. We'll see what size we need, and hopefully this installation will be a lot easier than figuring out where they go. Thought it said 16. I needed 14. Let's see, if I push that way, it would push the bike over that way. So this way, I believe I'll be pushing the bike more to a stand. But then I have to pull up and I get more leverage pushing. Oh well, I'll just be careful not to tip the bike over. Alright, finally. The new one takes a 5/16 torque. And put the new spacer in there. It's the one with the little hat. And then we will put the bar in and tighten it down. We won't tighten it all the way until we get all of them on in place, and then we'll make sure that we get it good and tight. Alright, and now we have these two. I just tightened this enough where it's holding it right where it needs to be, but it's not totally tight, so we can adjust it. So, yeah. What I'm going to do is take both of the bolts off, because if I put this one on, then I'm not going to be able to reach that one. and I really didn't want to leave that motor mount bolt out for any amount of time, because if that motor starts shifting, it's going to be really hard to line up the threads correctly. So I made sure that was in there steady to make sure we don't have any shifting of the engine. Because it's so easy, we'll use our breaker bar again. It's one of my favorite tools. Because it's already loose, I'm just gonna snatch it off real quick with this. Save a whole lot of time. And then the old bolts were both the same size, but the bolts that came with it are 2 different lengths, and that's because we have 2 different size spacers, because this bolt here is farther back than this one. So we'll use the short spacer on the top. It also came with washers, so make sure you don't forget those. I didn't show you, but I did put a washer in this one here. So we'll put a washer on, and then we'll put the short spacer on. Well, actually we'll put the washer on, we'll put it through the bar here, and then we'll put the spacer on. The spacer should be in the middle. I'm going to get them started with the ratchet, not that one. With the torque bit. I'm going to get them started just to make sure that they are not going to be cross-threaded. So let me see, lefty loosey, righty tighty. So we've got to turn them right. All right, they feel like they're going in good. So we'll just switch over to the impact just to crank them in there real good. All right, and now we can tighten this last one up. And there we go. First bar, and now let's go around to the other side and do the same thing. We got little caps. So we'll put 4 caps. So that would be one on here, and one on this back piece, the one that's just hanging out. All right, so let's see. We know this one goes the motor mount. Yep. So it goes right there like that. So to break this loose, I'm going to put it on here and push down toward the front of the bike, because if I did it this way and lifted up, it would lift the bike up and that might cause it to tip over. Alright, so that broke it free enough that I can probably use my impact and get that off of there. Let me pull that out of there. And get that bolt out of there. And I am saving all my old hardware, putting it in a little labeled Ziploc bag, so in case I want to remove these and get it back to OE, I'll be able to. Okay, so as before, we're going to get this tight, but not so tight that we can't move it. So now we see we got the two bolts here that need to be removed and the spacers put in. So we got the two new bolts, and let's see, long spacer, short spacer, and then a couple of washers. Well, let's see if I can get some kind of angle with this. Yeah, not too hard, so. Short one. And the long one. Tighten them up and we'll be good to go. Well, we got that taken care of. Now, don't have to worry so much. I mean, you know, don't want to drop the bike. But if you do, now you know it's going to be a little bit more protected. So, hope this video was helpful for somebody. And, oh, here, let me show you. I guess I should have put this at the beginning of the video to show what it was. This is what it says on the outside of the box, and this is what it says on the side. That's the part number for these FG-049 Kawasaki Z900 bumper. So that's what they call it on this. So if you order them off the internet, that's the part that I put on this bike here. So thanks for watching. Y'all have a wonderful night and take care. Bye bye.